phone's messing up. The clan thrived by carefully ambushing and murder individuals, small groups. Their bodies were brought back to the cave, dismembered and eaten. Holy crap. Leftovers were pickled in barrels, and discarded body parts would sometimes wash up on nearby beaches, part of the clan's way of making people think a wild animal was responsible. Yep. That is just messed up. Sorry, it's bottled water. Let's see. Body parts and disappearances did not go unnoticed by the local villagers, but the beings stayed in their cave and took their victims at night. The clan was so secretive that the villagers were unaware that the murderers lived nearby. Oh man, that is so messed up. It's so weird. They had over 1,000 victims. Damn. Yeah, I never imagined that. I never imagined this would happen, and with people and stuff. Significant notices was taken by the disappearances. Several organized searches and launched to find the culprits. One search took note that the cave, but the men refused to believe that humans could live in a cave. Frustrated by their quest of justice, the townspeople lynched several innocent people, and the disappearances continued. Suspicions often fell on local innkeepers, since they were the last to know and have seen the last missing people alive. I never imagined that, I never imagined they'd make a movie about this, but leave it to Wes Craven to make a movie sort of based on this, except it's mutant inbred. So, one fateful night, the Beans ambushed a married couple riding from a fair on one horse, but the man was so skilled in combat, thus he defied and held off the clans with a sword and a pistol. The clan fatally mauled his wife, and she fell to the ground in the conflict before they could take the resilient husband. A large group of the people of the village showed up, and the Beans fled. The Beans fled into their cave before being caught. When the searchers searched in the caves, the clans found human remains, some body parts hanging from walls, and barrels filled with limbs, and piles of stolen jewelry and heirlooms. Yeah, this was like something Red Dead 2, I think they did. They did like a side mission where you go into the cave. Either you go into the cave or you blow it up, but if you go into the cave, you could take out a bunch of hillbilly inbred people and save a woman. It was kind of like a weirdest story it's a very interesting side story, but very weird. So, but also they had like I think like one mission they have like in Red Dead 2 they have like a brother sister married couple, and they tried to they end up robbing you, and you go back and you get kill them. So it's kind of like a really weird thing, but there are two versions of the story of what happened next after they were caught. The most common one is when the clan was captured, where they gave up without a fight. They were taken in chains to the Toolbooth jail, then transferred to Leigh and Glasgow, and they were properly executed without a trial. Sawney and his men, fellow men had their genitals cut off and thrown into the fire, as their feet and hands were severed, where they bled to death. Sawney shouting in his dying words, "It isn't over, it will never be over." After watching his men die, Angus and her fellow women and children were burned to the stakes, which they were hung. The other story of the version is where the other version was claimed where gunpowder was placed at the entrance of the cave and blown up where they all suffocated. It's kind of a fucked up story, so. It's really messed up. Some people said the story isn't real, some say it's true. I don't know, it involves King James II, so. So, today's going to be an awesome day later on today, so. Mount Monsters is back, which I'm happy. We're going to find out what happened to Buck and the group after they had to deal with, the woman of the woods, the little girl, the black wolf, Jeff getting something stuck up his nose, which turned out to be a skull, little skull, and Huckleberry had to get pliers and pull that thing out of his nose. It was pretty fucked up. I don't know what happened, so I'm excited for that one. So. So, anyway. Anyway. What do you think of the Venom 2 happening? I tell you this, I think it's going to be awesome. Andy Serkis, I think, is directing Venom 2, so I'm happy that it's going to be good, I think. I mean, it sucks that the first director of it's not coming back. I know he's doing Zombieland 2. And he's producing Bad Trip. Never heard of it, so I'm excited for it. But I hope with Venom 2 it's going to be rated R. It'd be, a lot of gore and violence and stuff. A lot of, I wouldn't say that, but more of a horror movie-esque type of thing. And I know they're doing like Kraven the Hunter and Night Watch. Which is going to be good, I think. And you got Sinister Six, which is in development. And you got Black Cat, Silver Sable. It's gonna be cool, I think. I hope they do something interesting, I think, in my opinion. I hope they, make it awesome. Will you see Morbius? No. I am not going to see Morbius. I think it's pretty stupid, if you ask me. I don't know why I don't know why they've cast Jared Leto in it. I know a lot of people like him, and he's a singer, songwriter, but I don't know. He just never really seemed like a serious actor, in my opinion. So. Any word of what happened with Jared Leto's wife? I don't know. I know that it was funny though what happened. It was a funny story what happened with the stupid. For those who are new, I didn't hear the story. I did a Suicide Squad episode where I talked about the film. I ranted, criticized it, talked about how Jared Leto was awful in it. And this crazy fan who claims to be Jared Leto's wife. Her name's Harley Leto. Threatened to sue. Threatened to sue over the episode. She wanted to sue for, I think, $50 million, $500 million. I think it was $50 million. Because I don't have $1 million in my name, so. And it was like the funniest thing ever. And I, of course, threatened to counter-sue for $50 million. Just to pretty much just to aggravate. I wouldn't say aggravate, but really go like threaten to counter-sue. And she stopped messaging the people at the Twitter. She threatened the people at the Twitter, which was stupid. The people that basically once this episode's over, they're gonna upload it on Twitter, and basically, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna upload it on Twitter, get people to listen, and she was like, "I am sorry, I didn't, I don't have $50 million. Jared's account is frozen." And can you not sue, but can you please promote my show on your podcast, my YouTube channel, and all that? And I was just like, not gonna promote it, whatever. She goes, "Why don't you play the first single of my all-girl band?" It was just the stupidest thing ever, so. I said, if you keep messaging the people who run the Twitter, I will roast your show on the podcast. Which I wasn't. I just wanted to be left alone. Not to hear from the people who run the Twitter that were being harassed again, so. Anyway. What do you think of Krypton being cancelled? I thought it was the stupidest fucking thing I've ever saw on any social media, that the show got cancelled. I just thought it was dumb on Sci-Fi's part. And hearing that the producers of the show are going to find another network